Welcome to Engineering and IT Entry Pathways for the Faculty of Engineering and IT at UTS. UTS is Australia's #1 young university. We have industry partnerships with over 1,000 industry partners. We have a practice-oriented focus. We use studio learning and practical elements in every course we offer. We're future focused, so we're looking for to ensure the skills that are needed for the jobs of the future. We have really modern facilities at UTS, a massively renewed campus with around 5 new buildings, newly equipped labs, the Protospace, which is a new 3D printing facility that has many different types of machines, and Tech Lab, which is a research facility. There's a excellent student experience at UTS with club societies and many programs like UTS Launch. And we're #1 in computing science and engineering in Australia, based on the ARWU ranking scheme. So at this point in time, it's the start of your career if you're considering to study at UTS. We like to think of you as professionals who are building skills to take into your next job. We have, as mentioned, 1,000 industry partners. With those partners, you can undertake internships, which can lead to a part-time or a full-time role. Internships are an excellent addition to any degree and really help you to align your skill development within your degree with the workplace and that you're aiming to work within. We have studio-based classes with real industry projects. There's many different types of mentoring opportunities with industry partners. One really popular option is the Lucy mentoring scheme. We have professional development workshops of many different types. There's networking opportunities and careers fairs with industry representatives. So how can you join UTS? So school leavers, whether they're HSC, International Baccalaureate or something else, can take their ATAR, then they add adjustment factors, they may complete a questionnaire, and they gain a selection rank. So the selection rank is usually a number that is not the same as the ATAR, and it's the selection rank on which we base our decisions about admission. If you're a non-recent school leaver, you may be working, or you may have transferred from a different university, or you may have completed a TAFE diploma. You take that information, you may add work experience as well, and that determines your selection rank. So there's different schemes for different people, and there's lots of different pathways into a degree at UTS. So to give you an idea of selection ranks, here are some of our main degrees at UTS for IT. We have the Bachelor of Science in IT, Diploma in IT Professional Practice, which is one of our largest degrees, and that had a selection rank of 84.5 in 2021. And the Bachelor of Computing Science is also a very large degree, and that selection rank was 80.15. So the range there is between 80 and 87.1. So that gives you an idea of the selection ranks that are available. And note, this isn't the ATAR. This is the ATAR including the adjustment factors. For engineering, we have a list here of all of the different selection ranks, and they do range in pretty much the same range, around 80 to 87. So you can see civil engineering had a selection rank of 85.3, electrical was 81.4, and software engineering was 83. Now, HSC subjects aren't required at UTS. UTS does not require you to study particular HSC subjects. That's not to say that it's not a good idea. A lot of those subjects will be really useful for you at UTS, but we do not assume that you have done subjects like IPT, engineering studies, or software design and development when you come in to the degree. So we do offer bridging courses for maths, physics, chemistry, and more. So we do provide you with extra help for particular subjects if they're necessary. So the types of adjustment points you can get include points for the Year 12 subject scheme. So particular subjects that you have done in your HSC, if you've scored a particular result, that may give you some extra points towards your selection rank. And we also have the Year 12 Engineering and IT portfolio. So when you submit a portfolio of your the projects you may have completed or experiences you may have had, that can also assist with increasing your selection rank. The Year 12 subject scheme, you do not need to apply separately. So you don't need to fill in any forms for this. Adjustment factors are automatically applied. If you want to know what those particular adjustment factors are for each of the degrees, you can search the UTS Year 12 adjustment points. And we have a list of subjects for particular degrees and the adjustment points that are applied. So we have a maximum of 5 adjustment points. So that's the maximum overall for all of the different subjects that you might gain. There's also the Engineering and IT portfolio. This closes on Sunday, the 23rd of January. So you've got a little bit of time still to go. You can gain 1 to 3 additional points, and it's for a selection rank of 80 and above. So here's a QR code and a link that will take you to the website where you can find out more about the Engineering and IT portfolio. So alternative admission, as a school leaver, you might be considering going to, you might have some uni experience, maybe 1 year, and you're deciding to transfer to, into UTS, or a TAFE diploma with work experience to go to gain your selection rank. You may also go to UTS College, which is an on-campus college here at UTS. Some of the admission pathways include 1 year of relevant studies in another UTS degree or university, a relevant TAFE diploma or advanced diploma or tertiary preparation certificate. And we have UTS College, which offers a diploma in IT or engineering. The Jumbana and Wanago programs both assist with admission pathways. And there's a number of recognized foundation programs as well, and they're listed on that website there. So is your selection rank too low for the Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Science in IT? If that's the case, there's ways around that. You can enroll in the Bachelor of Science in IT, and if you gain a credit average, you can transfer across to the Bachelor of Business double degree. If your selection rank is too low for the Bachelor of Science in Games Development, you can enroll in the Bachelor of Science in IT and undertake the sub-major in Computer Graphics and Animation, and then apply to transfer into the Bachelor of Science in Games Development. The sub-major in Computer Graphics and Animation has many of the same subjects as the Games Development degree. Did you miss out on your preferred major for engineering? If so, choose flexible engineering and apply to transfer in second year, or build your own niche in flexible engineering. Okay, at this point, I'll pass over to Peter Schreiner, who's our industry lead for TAFE New South Wales.
Hello, everyone. TAFE New South Wales has entered into a partnership with UTS around a pathway from our Diploma of Engineering program and credits within degrees. So the TAFE pathway we have developed with UTS, we call it an integrated pathway, provides a pathway through the TAFE program, which is somewhat equivalent to the first year of a degree. And in conjunction with work experience, you would receive a selection rank and then continue to study it at UTS following a diploma. The TAFE diploma is quite unique. It addresses the technician level of engineering. And in terms of the knowledge and specific branches that you would study, includes mechanical engineering and mechatronics. It's a bit of a combination between the two. Part of it is to demonstrate practical understanding of engineering concepts, and included in that is using tools and technology, including CAD/CAM, so computer-aided drafting, computer-aided machining, metallurgy, and engineering drafting. It's a very practical, hands-on program. It sits somewhere between what a tradesperson would do and what a professional engineer would do. And it's very focused on being at the factory floor and in drawing offices and making sure that practical problems are solved. And through conjunction with engineering tradespeople and engineers, it really assists in making things happen. So to realise designs and other aspects of the process. And it is what we call a paraprofessional level. So as I mentioned earlier, it sits between a trade and a degree. The structure of the Diploma of Engineering Technical is over a full year at full-time rate. And initially the focus is on communication and computing, but it also includes mathematics and drawing interpretation. These are introductory units that really focus on preparing you for engineering, and probably some of the main subject areas that you would be looking at in the diploma is mathematics, engineering principles, so understanding how physics works, metallurgy, so the science of metals, automation is included as well, engineering drawing and computers, and increasingly the importance of communication in teams, where you're working with a number of different stakeholders within a company. The program that we've developed is what we call a hybrid model. So if a student was to start in the diploma, they would pretty much stay with TAFE for the first semester, so the first 6 months. At the end of that first semester, you can decide whether you want to continue on a degree pathway or just complete the diploma. In the hybrid pathway, in term 3, you have the opportunity to study foundation mathematics with UTS, as well as studying the TAFE component. So at the moment, that foundation mathematics is offered free of charge to students within this program, so it doesn't cost you extra. And it would support a lot of the other subjects that you would be learning in terms 3 and 4. As well, you would get credit for one of our diploma units, which is the calculus unit, MEM 23007, and undertake a recognition of prior learning. So essentially you would do 1 unit less in the diploma, but you would do the foundation mathematics program. At the end of that program, on successful completion of the diploma and the foundation mathematics, you would receive 6 months credit towards a UTS degree in engineering. A bit about the Diploma of Engineering Technical. It's a 1-year course full-time. At the moment, there are no entry requirements. We have delivery locations across the state, but from a Sydney perspective, there's Wetherill Park in the west, Mount Druitt, and right next to UTS, we have Ultimo. The maximum fee, if you are eligible for a subsidy, is $5,750. However, as part of Skilling for Recovery, which is a COVID response by the state government, if you are between 17 and 24, that it comes at no cost. So the course is free. And if you're looking to study the UTS Foundation Mathematics, the whole thing would be free. So it is a pretty good deal at the moment. The course commences on the 31st of January next year, and enrolment is from now until that date. And I will just hand back over to Sam. Thank you.
Thank you. So one other element that might be relevant is work experience and transferring. So if you're not a recent school leaver and you are transferring from a different university, or you have work experience, those elements will also affect your selection rank. So the admission pathway for non-current school leavers who who have work experience, they can apply for particular IT courses, and they may receive up to 5 adjustment points based on having 1 year or more of relevant work experience. So there's an employment question in your UAC application that you need to complete to be eligible for those points. For transfers from other universities, engineering subjects taken within 10 years prior to your first session at UTS, or IT subjects taken within 3 years prior to your first session at UTS may be taken into account for credit recognition. So you can search for the UTS credit recognition tool to get information about that. Current UAC dates. On the 20th of January 2022, New South Wales and ACT ATARs will be released. The change of preferences deadline is the next day, 21st of January 2022 at midnight, and offers will be released on the 26th of January 2022. Check these dates on the UAC website, uac.edu.au, and you can find out any updates to any of these dates. At UTS, we have a number of services for student support. We have maths and physics bridging courses. There's UPass, which is the Peer Assisted Study Success Scheme. That's offered in conjunction with particular subjects, some of the more difficult ones, where peer students, usually students who have completed the subject, assist the current students to achieve study success. UTS Helps, the Higher Education Language and Presentation Support Service, helps students to understand their questions and format their communication in a professional way. So it may help them understand how to approach an assignment, for instance, or they may look at your English language and suggest ways of improving your language. And some of those are workshop format, and the other way that is offered with UTS Helps is one-on-one consultations. We have the FEIT Learning Precinct as well, which is a facility available for students to use for study purposes. There's the TechSoc, which is the UTS IT Society, and there's a number of societies associated with FEIT. And there's some scholarships for incoming students as well. So scholarships can be searched on the UTS website. Here are some of the ways you can connect digitally with us. You can just email us directly on those email addresses. And we have websites, of course, and there's Facebook and Instagram as well. Thank you very much. And this is the end of the presentation.